in negotiations, if you ever took a negotiations class, every salesperson should take at least one negotiations class in college or whatever.
Okay.
Basic negotiations class will tell you all the variables and factors that go on with a negotiation. So like, if your goal was to sell something for $1,000, you wouldn't ask $1,000.
There you go. Okay.
Right? So that's the basic principles of things that you go through negotiations. Now, there's another part of negotiations which is called a bogey. I don't mean in golf, where if you go 1 over par. I mean a bogey, where a bogey is something that you have as a negotiation chip that means so much more to them and means nothing to you. Now, what people typically do with bogeys is, because it doesn't mean anything to me, I don't recognize that it means a lot to you. So I just give it to you at a very low value. But when you recognize that when you have these bogeys and you realize it doesn't matter what you feel about it, it's what it's worth to the other person, is what's happening in the negotiation makes all the difference in the world. Everything I'm saying is common sense.
Right.
But in the heat of the actual negotiation process, you're not thinking this stuff, I can promise you that.
Right.
You go back to your, natural human basic of thinking, like, if I want 1,000, as soon as I see 1,000, deal.
Right.
A lot of people, once they hit their mark for what they get, they stop, right? Now, there's a time, so in negotiations, there's different ways to negotiate, and so we have to, before the negotiate begins, you have to establish, will this be a one-time negotiation? Or will this be a multiple-time negotiation? Will this be a multiple-time negotiation? Will this be a one-time negotiation because we're only doing one deal, or the deal is so good we don't need to do another?
Okay.
Okay, so if I know that if I'm doing multiple deals with someone, the last thing I want to do in the story that I just told you is do me like that, or attempt to, right?
Right.
Because I will never want to I will know coming back how this person is. Sometimes it's in your best interest to be very nice to people for future negotiations. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When you are doing just a one-time deal, you're buying the car, they're going at you, you're going at them. You know what I mean? It's a one-time. That's right.
Yeah.
Now they do a whole lot of things, so hopefully the experience was good enough where after you buy that car, they hope you buy the next car.
Right.
But what I mean by, if you're buying like a used car off like Craigslist or something like that, they're going to try to get as much as they can. You're going to try to get as low as you can. If I'm going to have something where I'm continuously doing business, I don't want to say a number I don't want to do anything that's going to offend anybody, but I also want to do anything that's going to show, like, I'm not in it just to make money. I'm in it to make as much as I can, and it's very little for you. If in the negotiation, you set the pace where it's got to work for everyone, I do that every time when doing contracts. On behalf for the manager, for the agent, all the parties. Okay? What most IMOs do, just for them.
Right.
Right? And then they give you a nice little sell story and you buy it because you think you got something. You got a relationship, that they care about you. That maybe they'll hook you up later. They hook you up now if they're going to hook you up now.
Right.
There is no later.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So with that, with that attitude, I understand why he may want whatever comp now, because what if whatever he accepts now, he's scared he's stuck to it. But that's not like that. But if that's his fear, he does not belong in this career now. Does that make sense?
Right, makes sense.
If he picks that contract, I suppose he'll show up and still say hi to the agency, answer any questions. But as ongoing training, here's a contract called Lose My Number.
So,
if you aren't savvy enough, where if you don't see the value, where it's worth to take the drop, so that you have no foresight whatsoever, then you aren't the leader that you said you were.
So you lose now, not even lose now, you drop down now.
It's like people, when they come for an opportunity, they describe the contract to me. They tell me who they are, and based on who they are, I customize the deal for them. What they want may not be what they get, because what they get is not based on what they want, it's who they are.
Okay.
So if this person has the foresight to look down the road, then you get that contract. You get the nice money now, no money later contract. Because you get no guidance, no support, no leverage. If you don't have the foresight, if you can't understand what we're doing here, obviously he knows what we're doing here special. How many times he asks for the training, obviously he values it, obviously he knows.
Right.
Just like anyone else who's going to come into this office. If I walk you here blindfold, you'd still know, because you can hear everybody talking, everyone premium. The content is next level.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? No jabroni shit here. So you can tell just right off the bat, everything that I'm doing in my training, forget what's being put on social media, the stuff that we don't put on. That shit, when you hear that, is light years ahead of what everyone's doing.
Right.
And so everyone comes in the office like, whoa, I never heard that. Makes sense. That's just going to make a lot of money.
Right.
So if you hear that, then you come in coachable, you say, Adam, come, doesn't matter, I trust you. I trust the system, I trust the process. You almost have to submit to it.
Right.
Most people don't have the humility to do that.
Right.
So that's why I said the first 2 weeks to 2 months, test how humble you are. I need to do leadership classes. The process will humble you.
Right.
But we'll test what kind of follower and what kind of leader you are. Because the best leaders are the best followers, right? So, it's good that you see all that stuff.
Yeah.
And that's why, like, training on a video, that's not training. We doing a recruitment call together, us, you go on the field with somebody, that's where the training is.
Right.
You're actually seeing it.
You can feel it.
We're able to break down exactly what's going on and why it's happening. Right. If I sit up there and read out of a 30-year-old book and talked about leadership, that's not training. Right. I just taught you more in that 30-minute conversation. And how many years you've been in this business?
4 years.
Would you agree you learned more in that 30-minute conversation than you learned in 4 years of this business?
Yeah, especially about running the business.
People don't understand. They think it's about selling insurance.
Right.
I would say 20% of the game is about selling insurance. 80% of this is about that.
Right.
Running a business.
Running a
like you
business.
say.
That makes sense. You always say people get less deals now, but I guess you gotta realize on the back, I'm getting less. What am I getting by getting this less? I'm getting the opportunity to make way more off of it.
Mm-hmm. Like I said, what do you want to do? You want to negotiate your contract, or you want it to be given to you, because you earned it?
Right.
You want to go for every nickel? Cool. Tell me what you want. You got it.
Right.
But you ain't gonna no money.
So on the back end of that, you think I'm kind of thinking what's problem might be going through this? How can I explain it to my guys, and what are they going to get? Because
if he does that, what he's showing me is already a lack of coachability. It's my job to do that.
Okay.
He's not trained to do that.
Mm.
These are the things that he has to learn.
Okay.
He's gonna sit, at the very least, he should talk with his wife and say, man, I want to do the deal. If he's smart, no matter what, if he's smart, he should come back to me and say, I like the deal, but I don't know how my agents are going to like it. Adam, I like you, I like your training, I like everything you got. I love it, but my agents, he puts it on them, right? If he's smart, no matter what, he'll come back to me and do that. Don't worry about it, I'll talk to him. Mm-hmm. And after, however they feel, we're going to do what they want to do. It's all said and done, it's about them, right? Mm-hmm. He's going to say, yeah. I'll go up there, I'll do the same song and dance I did for them. I'm going to just convince them. They're going to be, holy shit. I'm not going to get everyone. Give me 4 of them. He's got 60 agents. Give me 4 of them. 4. Give me 4 studs. 4 hardworking people. And when they make $5,000 to $15,000 a week, I want to be next. I want to be next. So I don't want everybody.
So you will run it. It's not maybe the whole office. Maybe 4 or 5 guys who are full time and run with them first.
What I'm saying is when you break down the process, some people are going to be like, oh, well, that's low comp. I don't want that.
Right.
Boom, gone. Some people, I'm not humble enough to handle this. Boom, gone. So out of those 60, if you're left with 4, then you're rocking and rolling. We could have 4, we could have 8, we could have 12. But I know how this, I've just done it so many times how this is going to play out. 60 people there, 20 of them are writers. I'd expect more than half to not even be open to this. But there's going to be some young, hungry people that are going to say, I'm so desperate. Show me. Take me, use me. Use me as your instrument. And then after I'm made, make me into a $5,000 to $15,000 a week agent, please, because I've been doing this for so long and it's so tough and I'm tired of the grind and I just want this to be over.
Right.
I know it sounds dramatic, but
Right.
that's how it is
Right.
in their situation. And so out of 60, give me 4 of those, I'll turn into $5,000 to $15,000 a week agents. Everyone's like, whoa. They'll start coming one by one. And I'll start, and then hey, well, remember when we gave you the opportunity the first time?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be like that now.
Right.
Now you're going to be going under one of those 4 people that took advantage of it first. And they're going to have to train you.
Okay.
Now, because you weren't humble enough to take it the first time, now I got to see if you're humble enough to take it the second time. You have a problem with that? All right, cool. We don't need you. You need us. We'd like you.
Right.
What? So big deal.
And Coach, you said the bogey. What do you think your bogey is?
Oh,
Is that the training or is that the?
I got tons of them. Right?
With Carl.
So I got tons of bogeys. Right?
Okay.
So here's an example. I got someone nickel and diming